Good evening. Did this work again? Let's see if it did. I just thought I'd do another live stream because I was unhappy with yesterday. Let me turn the light on. There you go. Yesterday was a real pain because it didn't work properly and I was really annoyed about it. So I thought if I do a live stream today, I'm just going to play because I was in the mood. But I wanted to test, see if I could, I'll try not to break the live stream again, but at least try to work out why it's not working. So I'm going to keep live streaming for a bit, probably for another 10-15 minutes, just a quick half an hour of jamming really. But you know, seeing as we're here now, let me answer some questions. I'm sure you can all. So I think one of the reasons I might have broken my live stream yesterday was because I was trying to share the screen, showing the questions, but I realised that you're all seeing the thread as well, so it's kind of pointless me putting it up on screen. But I can see here there are plenty of questions, so I'm just going to pull my laptop forward. Right, let's answer a couple of questions. There are so many questions. There are so many people talking. Thank you all for tuning in. That's really cool. Vocals got to go up. Okay, sorry. Is that better? I hope that's better. Hopefully that's better. Okay. Any chance you'll be doing tab book for Fire by the Silos? The tab book Fire by the Silos thing, like genuinely, it's a case of, are people actually gonna want it? You know, because we get questions, people saying, you know, can we get tab books and stuff? But it's always a question of actually how many people actually want it. Not because we don't want to do it. It's just, you know, want to make sure that if we go in and produce a load of them, that they don't end up just sitting in a warehouse or wherever, you know. So that would be something that we could do with working out. But we could do a limited run of maybe 100 tab books and see. Hopefully that might clear, but you never know. That would be cool. If you'd like Tosca Fire by the Silos tab books, then please let me know in the comment section. I mean, I know who I'd get to do it. Levi Clay, man, he's the guy. He is an absolute wizard when it comes to tablature. So highly recommend him for transcribing things. But anyway, let me answer some more questions. Okay, sorry, there's a lot. Don't want to keep you guys just sat there looking. Okay, let's see, what's the high-pitched ring. Yeah, I can hear that high-pitched ring. I actually don't know what that is. I think that's something to do with my... I need to figure that out. Again, I've got all sorts of little things that are going up and down, round and round in this room. You know, little things I need to fix. But yeah, basically, I thought what you're hearing there is dual Krakens, VX100s. Oh, it's gone away. Oh, no, it hasn't. Dual VX100s with my pedal board, and I just plugged my Strat in. I'm so happy with this Strat, honestly. It's so good. For those of you that maybe didn't see the live stream yesterday, there's a video coming out about this, but this is, I modded my Strat a little bit, my 55 custom shop, so it's now got an anodized gold scratch plate on it, and I put some Radio Shop RSV 57 pickups in it. I'm not quite decided yet. I think it sounds really, really good, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of now I've started the journey, I'm kind of like, where could this go? Especially because Mick Taylor from that pedal show, very inspiring guitar player, and it's so cool to see him go on his Strat journey. So kind of wanted to join in my own little way. So that's why I got the scratch plate. But I spoke to Tim at Bare Knuckle, legend, and he was like, yeah, He's going to send up a couple of Strat sets for me to try as well, because he saw the picture on Instagram and he wanted to throw some bare knuckles into the mixing tin and see. I think it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to try loads of different pickups. I was looking at Lolla pickups. If any of you guys have tried those or know about those, that would be cool. I see they do like a blackface set that I'm quite interested in trying. But I need to make sure I get the right set because, they're expensive. So don't want to commit if they're not, But it's all about to begin. Loads of modding, loads of fun. Let's answer some more questions. You play best on a Strat. I don't know why that is. I think I feel similar in the sense that I really enjoy when I play a Strat. Somehow it's freeing, and I don't know what that is. Something about a Strat has a really good vibe to it. Whenever I play like a leady ambient thing, especially that, or when I'm wanting to dig in and play really heavily, like dirty bluesy Strat stuff, just because something about them just feels like they can take a beating, But this one in particular, I've always loved this. The reason I bought this one was because of the neck. So I don't know if you can see, but check that out. It's an absolute chubber. It is such a ridiculously fat neck. If anyone can see that. I found out that basically in the mid-50s when Fender were producing Strats, and this could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the case, that there was quite a fast turnaround of staff members. So no one actually had any sort of formal training, or not so much training, but there was no sort of consistent neck profile during that year or something. And that's why. So this one was modelled on one that was particularly chunky, but it's great. Let me answer some more questions, and then I might just carry on jamming again. PRI Silver Sky, what do I think? I think it's an absolutely great guitar. I mean, I remember trolling at the beginning, being like, it's a Strat, and there was no need to say that. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of what it is meant to be, but John Mayer's own thing with PRS, for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason was for doing that necessarily. I don't know why he moved to PRS or anything. I don't know the ins and outs of that side of it. But, yeah, it's a beautiful guitar, and they play great, and to be honest, the pickups are sublime. I actually tried to find a set aftermarket to put in this just to see what it would sound like, because they're really nice. But yeah, I think they're great guitars. I must admit, I prefer the look of a Strat. I know it's not a Strat, but it's so close that you can't help but compare a little bit. Well, I'm glad this is going well, because to be honest, I'm trying to work out if it's going to break. Okay, so this is where it broke last time. So we're going to do a screen share, and I'll show you what I got going on in my mix window. So if it crashes now, then we know this is why. Okay, but I'm doing this because I want to do a mix breakdown with Maxi about Far Gone. So I need to make sure that this works. But anyway, let me show you my channel. So this is my speech plugin that I use. It's like a vocal compressor, just so you know. Are we still going? I haven't frozen yet. I think this is good. Right, anyway, let me show you my aux channel right now. We're out of tune. So what you're hearing is torpedo and aux, and I've got, at the minute, I'm running the V76 preamp on both sides, and I've got a Fatso Junior as well, so I'm warming them up and then I'm compressing them a little bit, just because I was I was just exploring tones really. So we haven't frozen. Yes, we're still good. This is great. But that's a sublime sound. Needs to be in tune properly to play that. Okay, well, I'm glad that is working still. We're good. How how do you get such guitar vocabulary? I think that's just from playing a lot, and I guess that's a hard question to answer, because I think what I tried to do was I spent a long time playing along to songs, learning songs note for note, transcribing them by ear, and I think that when I stopped doing that and started writing my own music and started just exploring guitar and music on my own, I think somehow it had trained my ear in a way to kind of pick up on sound. So when I would listen to different styles of music, I would pick up on things in top line melodies and things in the style that stuck out as different from the stuff I normally listen to. And then I think when it came to play myself with the guitar, I think I'd just kind of bear those sounds in mind, or somehow they just sort of work their way in somehow. It's a pretty hard question to answer. But yeah, I don't know really. It starts with pentatonic for me all the time. I always feel like I branch out from pentatonic, but it starts there. It's like the familiar place, you know? It's like, I think I could get a cool split screen thing going here where you can see, oh, look at that. Okay, yeah. So like, let me move forward a little bit. So if I'm playing pentatonic, I think this is an E flat, by the way. Apologies. It's kind of like that's where I start, and then I start branching out from there. It always goes off on a tangent if I'm playing on my own, that is. So all I really did there was I was in this scale position, and then I just I'll stay in the position again. Then I start throwing out other notes that make it sound less pentatonic. So like the root there, if you bend that up a semitone, slide up a semitone, and then go to the so we've got 7th fret D, and then 5th fret G. Bend each one of those up a semitone over A. Immediately we're in some sort of like Phrygian dominant vibe, which I think is really cool. I think that was a very good explanation, but it's kind of like I always feel like it starts from the pentatonic. I always feel like I'm going, and then I immediately start branching out. So yeah, a lot of just interval jumping as well. Your roots and fifths and roots and flat sevenths, and you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, a lot of it feels like it's intervallics really. Again, play from the root. That was root perfect fifth minus sixth down to the flat seventh. Sorry, fourth, not flat seventh. That doesn't work, but that does. And I like to let them all ring out as well. Sometimes that creates tension and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that was a lot. There's a lot of information. Let me see. Let's answer another question real quick, and then I'm just going to jam out. Not sure if anyone has answered yet, but how do you improvise your chord progressions? They always blow my mind. Thank you very much. The chord progression thing is a never-ending maze, and I always used to. My mate Vinny, me and him used to play guitar a lot, together and we jam out all the time. And he always had his chords down. I was always about shred back then. And he was always about chords as well as shred. So I always used to be like, damn it, you know, he knows so many cool chords. And then like, so I think that was one of the things when I was, you know, in the developing as a guitarist stage where I started to realize that chords were really important. And then I guess being at ACM and then going through college and learning the names of the chords I was playing and then learning new chords and stuff was quite helpful. That was probably the most useful thing I got out of ACM, was learning the names of the things I was trying to play or was already playing and then could connect dots. But when it comes to making up chord progressions, I feel like it's almost like improvising on a scale, because again, it's based around intervals. So for example, so we're playing the key of E flat. Wrong screen. So for example, if I want to play this kind of chord shape, so you've heard me play that a million times, but I could change the order up depending on how I feel about it. Just depends what I feel like playing. I don't know. You kind of, when I'm doing that, I'm thinking about it almost like a scale. Again, like I say, particularly this is a great example, that one. Because I'm just thinking, do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking about the root. And if I'm thinking about it over one string, it's almost like a drop-down box of the chords underneath it. So for example, let's do a close-up again. So like, I know that I've got root fifth, and then they've got the minor third above, or major. We got the sus. So you've got all those different extensions underneath, just a root and a fifth. But like beneath that, I've got above it. You know what I mean? So there are these different chords you could play. Wouldn't be a particularly imaginative chord progression, but the point is that I'm sort of thinking about the root only, as opposed to like the chords. And I'm not saying that's the right way to think about playing chord progressions, because I'm not trained, I'm self-taught, and so I've figured out ways that I get around it. And to be honest, a lot of the time I feel like I'm winging it, even though it's probably habits and roots that I've worked out throughout years of playing. It always feels like improvisation for the most part, and trying to explain that is obviously really hard. But yeah, hopefully that works. Cross your fingers. I don't know what. What's my favourite Dorje tune? My favourite Dorje tune is probably Centered and One. It's just balls out rock tune with a great lead solo in it. I really wanted to write a great lead for that, so I was really happy with it. Very Nuno. But whenever I write a solo, it sounds like Nuno, so. When playing in different time signatures, do you count them or do you know them by feel? Totally feel. It's always feel. So like if I was to play like a little riff. I think that is, what time signature would that be? 1, 2, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can make it 5. But or 7. Yeah, I fall in and out of them, to be fair, but it's a feel thing, totally a feel thing. It's the same with licks as well. So I could be going. That's my quarter note. It's literally just, I'm throwing around accents, but I'm hearing like 5s and 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're just kind of throwing them around, or like a back at the bat, but that, but the bat, 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 and you just literally just messing around with them, and then you just connect notes to it, you know, like I don't know. That's very basic in the sense that I'm just stabbing those accents. It gets more interesting when you've got a drummer there, so you can start to miss out notes and stuff like that. So yeah, it becomes a lot more fun like that. The fret wire size, I've no idea, to be honest. It's a 55 reissue, so I'm assuming whatever it was on in 55. Yeah. Oops. It's lasted pretty well, the tuning. I don't know if anyone else has this, but I find strats, after a while, they give out a little bit. Started to noodle again. Let me just find another question real fast, and then I keep saying it, I'm going to jam out. It's quite fun to just keep going, isn't it? Someone asked about my signal chain. Let's do that real quick. See if I can break the stream again. Yeah, so as you can see, that's my vocal there. And then I've got Ox here and Torpedo here. It's interesting how they sound even, although the level comes in lower on one side. I don't know why that is, but I just have to work with it, basically. Okay, but we haven't frozen yet, have we? No, we haven't frozen. Yes! Okay. Love your tone, beer. What advice would you give to someone looking to develop the skill in improv? It's the hardest question to answer, is about improvisation, but you kind of think about, for the main one I would say is, like, when you're thinking about improvising over a scale, try not to think about it this way, try to think about it this way. So instead of being like that's cool, but it becomes way more fun and interesting when you start doing this way. Nonsense, but you get the point. It's just kind of going all around. But yeah, it's a case of just thinking about the rhythm as much as you're thinking about the melody, because that, I think, makes it a bit more, when you improvise a motif or when you improvise like a phrase, and if it's got a cool rhythm to it, you can repeat it. It's something interesting to listen to, you know? So yeah, improvise using rhythm as much as you can. Rhythm is really important. I think it's more important than melody for a lot of it. I think you can say a lot more with the right rhythm, but it's everything. It's all relative. Please turn up your microphone. You're very quiet. See, it was really loud yesterday. I don't understand this. I've done something different, but anyway, I think I'm going to jam out. I'm going to jam out. Cool. Well, there you go. Thank you very much for tuning in for this live stream. I'm really glad that it didn't break. So let's do this again. So I think the next thing I'm going to be live streaming, if I don't do another random just jump online again. Thank you so much how many people came and watched this. I really appreciate it. It was a completely just random last minute thing. So yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, going to do it with Maxi. We're going to try and do a 2-person live stream, and we're going to jump online and dive into the session that I mixed for Far Gone, and he's going to do the same with vocals. So make sure you tune in for that. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to get new notifications when I put out videos. I've got t-shirts, I've got all the rest of it. Thank you again. Thanks to Roland for the VR1 HD. I'm going to always shout them out because it's so cool that I can do this now thanks to this unit. So anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me again. And yeah, new video tomorrow on my channel. The tutorial on how to do the dual neural DSP stereo rigs thing. I kind of should have probably not said that because, you know, there's a little bit of surprise, but now you know what it is. Anyway, thank you all. Take it easy. And I'll see you all very soon.